Use the UVS manager to deploy your cluster. Enter your ID and password to use the UVS manager. Now we could start to add the host. Enter the IP range of your host node to scan which one is available. So it will show the available host in this cluster. So now we could start to initial the cluster by adding the first monitor node. If you want to check the disk information, you just click it. So we select it as the first monitor node to define the public network. And also define the cluster network for this host. Choose the time zone of this cluster. Then we could create this cluster. During the waiting time, you will see the command line message. So on the dashboard right now, you can see only one monitor node has been added. So we will continue to add another host as the monitor node, to add another monitor, to choose these two, to add it as the monitor node. So you see the procedure running as well, the procedure to run to add the monitor node. After this, we could start to create the OSD node. So add the OSD host. We will add the host one by one. You could define you want the OSD encryption or not. So after you add this host, you could define which disk you want to join as the OSD disk. So we see the command line running as well. So now the first OSD host has been joined. You could click the disk to see all the available disks become the OSD disk as well, and check the detailed information. We continue to add another OSD host. Repeat this procedure until all the host nodes that you want to join into this cluster. So now you can see all the OSD disk is up in this OSD node. We check the dashboard, you see the health okay, and the 3 monitors, 3 MGR, 24 OSD disk. We could also use the web terminal to check the status of the cluster on this OSD host. And we could use the Ceph service menu to see the entire cluster status regarding to monitor, OSD, MGR, and the metadata server node. If you want to check some details, just click it. So right now, you roughly already deployed the initial cluster, and you could continue to do the further configuration on it. With the UVS manager, you are able to deploy the cluster within 30 minutes just with the UVS manager.